So one of your entrepreneurial kind of ventures is Pattern.io, and I want to talk about that a little bit now. Tell me about Pattern. Where did it come from? Where did the idea come from? And what problem are you trying to solve?
Love it. This is my gig. This is the biggest thing that I've built today since being an entrepreneur. So Pattern.io or Pattern is a personalized AI content strategist for short-term content creators. So essentially what it does is to help you to help content creators to analyze or to automate the content analysis and to help you to understand who you are as a content creator. So essentially what it does, it connects to your Instagram and TikTok and YouTube account. It will essentially understand who you are as a content creator, will analyze all your posts, like your content pillars. So what type of content that you post, your tone of voice, so how do I speak, and like, is it casual, is it professional, and what type of like format that does really well, is it carousel or is that like actual videos, reels and stuff. And then we'll also analyze the actual videos as well. So we'll analyze video into different layers. So that means we'll analyze videos in a way that where ChatGPT and Claude actually can't do it. So we analyze the visual, so like any background, any subheading, like any text on screen, like any stickers and stuff, and we analyze So that's the first thing, the visual, right? But also we analyze the transcription, so the transcript of it, and we analyze the audio, any background music, how's your pace, and we actually look at performance data. So what that means is everything is connected. So before we give you a recommendation, before we tell you what you can do better or what are the new ideas that you can do, everything has been connected. So we're only going to give you ideas that we know is data driven, right? So that has been backed by data, that it knows this kind of pillar is doing really well for the past week based on your own data, based on Instagram and TikTok's like insight. And then so it's very targeted. What I would say is algorithm is unpredictable, unpredictable. So because the trend change every week, but data doesn't lie. You can still use those data to make informed decisions, to help you to plan on that and idealize contents and stuff. I'm a content creator, right? So, and this is the tool that I built for myself, essentially, because I struggle to grow. I've been posting, I want to say, probably for 16 months now. And I was stuck with 2K followers, and that took me a long time. There's no engagement. I didn't know what to do, and I started actually exploring data. I started actually looking at the key things, that what are my content doing well on, and how can I essentially to double down on them. And then so hence why I start building this tool, and it comes to life. And then by using this tool, now I've doubled my followers, or I say I've for the past month or two. So now I've got 4K followers, and then I probably grew 1,000 followers just in the past 3 weeks. So you can see it is working well, and by making those informed decisions, by having a tool to help you to automate some of these processes, can really help you to grow, but also to build community depending on your content goal. But essentially, this is what the tool does, and I'm very excited. Yeah.
I'm actually really excited. You've kind of taken me through the product, and I think it's a fantastic product, like I said on the call. But yeah, let's go more deeper into it. Yeah. Who is the product for? What kind of person are you kind of trying to market it for?
100%. So the product is now targeted for short form content creator that kind of is struggling to grow, or don't really know how to analyze the content. So I think these are the two main type of audience that I'm targeting, right? So because when you first start using social media, when you start posting content, there's so much going on. You can just follow trend, or should do your own thing, and even, or maybe you don't even know who you are or how do you position yourself. Because for example, if I do fitness content, and also I do road to self-employment, and also I do 9-to-5 content and stuff, actually you can categorize them together, right? So then you can really be targeted to say, okay, I want to post 3 times on this specific category because of X, Y, and Z reason. So it's just helping you to automate some of these processes to actually give you a deeper analysis. And what I mean by automation as well is how I used to do it is a manual review, right? Because essentially the AI tool like ChatGPT and Claude cannot pull the data automatically for you. So you have to essentially go to your tool, copy and paste one by one per post, give it to Claude, and then Claude do the analysis. But what my technology can do is actually just combine everything together. It's all automated. It can send you a report every week, and essentially. So this is what I mean by automation, right? And this is what the tool is for. It's for people that are struggling to grow the content, struggling to understanding how to analyze the content, and these are the main type of audience.
because and again, I've realized, kind of when you were talking through it and we were working through it, one of the biggest things was that it's giving you genuine advice, like, because as a content creator, we kind of feel like we're on a journey by ourselves, trying to figure everything out, trying to like kind of gauge the algorithm, and it's a black box. We don't actually understand what the black box is saying. We're just trying to just kind of do things that make a little bit of sense. But I think like once you start using your tool, that becomes a bit more understandable. You understand your content better, and I think that's what's really important for creative, because we kind of just like sometimes throw things at a wall to see what sticks, but you can understand your content a bit better, you can understand what you're going for, you can understand how your audience is reacting, and then you can make your, like you said, informed decisions about what you want to do.
100%, absolutely, yeah. So it's very tailored to you, right? So ChatGPT and Claude or like other AI tool can give you some form of tailored suggestion, knowing who you are, like your tone of voice and stuff. But what it can't do is, like I said, it's about the data element of it. It can suggest you content to do next week, but it doesn't know whether those content are doing well or not, right? So then it's going to keep suggest you content that perhaps it's not tailored or it's not based on data, right? So what my tool can do is, the more that you use it, and with the data that is keep like in your account, like it's going to get richer and richer insight or context. So all the ideas it will give you, like it's very tailored to you. So this is why it's like I kind of have taken a back seat on fitness content, because the tool is telling me that fitness content doesn't do too well, which I can see that myself. So I kind of stopped doing those content. I still post them just for fun sometimes, but I stopped doing this, so I'd be very strategic about it, and I post different type of content that will help me to drive growth, and it is working for me right now. So,
so you mentioned content too. You mentioned like obviously you're also a content creator yourself. What are some of the lessons that you learned about your own content when you start using it? What, like, for example, what content do you like to do, like yourself, like something you've realized about your own content from having this kind of analysis perspective?
What, like using the tool or just in general?
Just using the tool, and also like how has the tool helped you understand your own content? Essentially, is my
100%. I think it helped me to categorize my content, so like the content pillars. So one of the things that I missed in the beginning, which is a good example, is obviously I'm from Hong Kong originally, as you know. I moved to the country 6 years ago, right? So I post a little bit kind of like international student or like as an expat or like moving abroad content. I never thought that should be a content pillars. But by looking at the data through the tool, it's telling me that should absolutely be one of your content pillars, because it's driving so much engagement and so much growth. So then I actually double down on it, and I've decided to post more content about international students, about like living abroad, and sharing the emotional side thing, because this is what it's such and it's been doing really well. So that was something that I've taken into like account, or it helped me to essentially look at that and then be very specific about it, right? And the second element for it is just the weekly analysis, just the data. Like I post 7 days a week, like so once a day, like, and I look at what type of content is doing really well, like, and I try to identify a trend for you, right? So it's like road to self-employment is doing really well. So does that mean that you should double down on it to post a bit more content? Or and another thing that the tool does, right, is expansion ideas. So if this specific topic is doing really well, can we take like the small element of it and then expand it to a different video or like a different idea? And this is what you can do. And it's helped you to like, the idealization part of it is really useful, because sometimes like your mind was stuck, right? Or like you don't know like, how can I, if this will, like, let's just say selling my car content do really well, what can I do next then, right? So like, the tool can suggest you stuff like that. But also, what's interesting is you can put someone else's content in it. So if I really like your content as an example, right, I can put your content, I can analyze your content, but I will give, before the tool gives you the analysis, it will still have the context of who you are as a content creator. So it's going to give you some tailored ideas that is taken from that specific creator that's doing really well, but combined with like the understanding of who you are, and then so will give you really tailored like ideas to create. So this is where like, it's a lot easier for you to create content and for you to essentially find new ideas to do.
Honestly, it sounds like a superpower for like content creators. Exactly what you're saying. I want to talk a little bit more about the reality of creating a product like Pattern. Like the days that you have to kind of spend, kind of making a product and launching it, the discipline that it takes. Well, can you talk to me about that? What does discipline look like for you as a creator of kind of like products like this?
Yeah, great question. I think, discipline is important. So it's not about the motivation. like you're not motivated all the time. Like you need to be disciplined. And this is something that I'm still learning myself as well, because it's hard. Like sometimes I'm just really tired, just don't want to do work on it. But it's about how do you essentially maximizing every single minute of your time. So right now what I'm trying to do is that, for example, at night I'm not as productive, right? So I'm trying to do the less creative work or I guess the more like manual tasks. So it doesn't, I don't have to think too much. I just need to do them. So it's like, how do I essentially maximize my time and be more efficient? So for all the creative stuff I do in the morning, like, and at night I just maybe like reply emails or like I would just like find new creator that I can potentially collaborate with and stuff, because like it's bit So just like identifying like your own schedule that will work for you, and just really double down on it. So this is the thing, but it's tough. It's difficult to work all day.
No, I think that's kind of like the because I saw a video of yours, talking about motivation, and I think you were mentioning how motivation is overrated. Like, it's actually about the things that will keep you going. It's all this like discipline, and also like the idea about what you're doing. And I kind of really relate to that. I think anyone who does something for a really long time, you get to a stage where the thing itself starts to become your identity as like who you are. And so like you're not really questioning it anymore. It is who you are. But that doesn't stop you from also having to actually build up the energy to continue doing it. I kind of look at myself like a farmer. Like a farmer doesn't question, am I going to go plant seeds and, do all of this thing? I have to do it, but it doesn't make it easy.
100%. Absolutely. It's like you water yourself every day. All right. So it's like you, and one of the other things that I learned as well is some days you feel productive, which is great. Some days you don't feel productive, but that doesn't mean that you didn't do any work. But it might just mean the nature of the work doesn't categorize as being productive. So what I mean by that is like what part of my marketing strategy, which is going into like different social media channels. So not just on creating content on Instagram and TikTok, because those are the tangible stuff, right? But the intangible stuff is like commenting on someone else's post, driving the engagement, like driving the like going to Reddit and like going to the subreddit page and giving advice and stuff. And the reason I'm doing that is because like, so people start recognizing, or like the like Reddit start recognizing who you are. So when you post, so you can post more content in the future, because for example, like Reddit doesn't let you self-promote. You have to give value to people first, right? So like, doing stuff like that, it doesn't feel productive, because you feel like I'm just scrolling on social media, I'm just like typing, like I'm just being like one of those keyboard warrior, just be like, oh, why are you doing this? What's going on? Like obviously I'm trying to give advice, just trying to like comment and just drive my own page engagement and stuff, but it's just like that doesn't feel productive at all. Do you know what I mean? Like, but that's an action that you have to take. Like some of the action would, like, you will not feel 100% productive every day, but it doesn't mean that you didn't do work. Yes,
I 100% agree. Talk to me about also like the days where you don't feel like, when you feel like down, because I think one thing I really appreciate about your content is that it's honest and it's genuine. You'll have late nights, kind of like honest thoughts, and everyone knows you're the discipline, you're going to get up tomorrow morning, you're going to make those videos, you're going to smash the day, but you allow yourself to be open and kind of honest with your audience. What does that feel like when you're in those moments where you feel like, oh man, this isn't working, I know it's going to work, but I just got to keep going? How do you kind of talk yourself through those moments?